chaps and chapettes gather around, you know. It's actually some mad things going on here. We're finally, I actually saw Harry Kane just kind of walking around in the training facilities. And I was like, lad, didn't I already get rid of you? He was like, nah, lad, man's stuck about type thing. And I said, sorry, lad, you know, off on the next shuttle type thing. And he was actually in tears as he left. And what Lego Padme, the board of directors, actually decided to do was to sell absolutely everything in a massive kind of job lot deal to Jabba. Jabba was really licking his lips and he said, you know, I'll take the lot. I'll take the lot, just like my guy Harry Potter in sitting in the train type thing. And yeah, so everyone being sold, and that is a little bit tough to see. You know, Milinkovic, Savage, Barella, you know, these are really talented players. Insigne, Mertens, 800,000 coins we're getting in. And essentially, they actually watched a bit of Jurgen Klopp, and they saw some of his strats, and they were like, lad, we just need to get this guy in. That's what the board of directors were saying. We need to get this guy in. We need his players. We need the whole thing. And I was kind of like, I don't know, man. I've been rating Thomas Tuchel and all that, but, you know, if they're willing to do this kind of big business deal, then who am I to kind of stand up against the board of directors? You know, they're powerful people. You know, they really are powerful people. They have control of the Senate and the courts type thing. You know, don't sell them. But, yeah, man, so in terms of the tactics, Jurgen Klopp was actually just telling me everything. He said, he actually handed me a piece of paper, which is I'm showing you this now. And he said, you know, we need to be pressing them high. Press after possession loss. So Keegan pressing strategy. And we're going to be playing quite direct, as you can see about direct passing. The left back, he actually had a little chit-chat with the boy Robertson and telling him to overlap. The centre-backs, he said, you've got to step up. You know, you got to be quick. You got to be quick onto the boys, you know, as soon as they receive the ball. Edison was told to be a kind of sweeper keeper and kind of, you know, if they get in behind, you need to be there type thing. And he's raps. He is rapid. Step out quite attacking on the right back. And a little bit different to what you might expect, the right defensive mid is actually on get forward. So a little bit more of a risky attacking tactic than usual that I'm kind of expecting from the boy. Drop between defenders, cover centre on the middle, centre mid. Man mark, stay back while attacking. And he really just said, like, this kind of CDMs or those positions, man marking their players, are really just going to take them out of the game and, you know, allow that gegenpressing style to really take effect. And, you know, all the best to him, really. I mean, he's training the team, and we did actually have a buyback clause. I made sure to actually kind of have a little bit of paperwork, and I had a little look, and I actually wrote my own little clause in it, which is a buyback clause where we can actually get the likes of Mertens and all of that back relatively cheap from Jabba if this team doesn't really go all that well. So, you know, that option is always on the table, and I really did like Thomas Tuchel and all of them. But Thomas Tuchel on the sideline for now, same with Hansi Flick, just watching on as you just watch Jurgen Klopp really do the business as Salah gives it to Fabinho and he lights up the stands. And I tell you, we're actually not at the Lego Padme FC stadium. We actually brought in a stadium here. I was going to say Liverpool Stadium, but it's actually not. We actually just brought in this stadium, which is kind of an old dusty stadium, and we just kind of renovated it and put a lot of the old lumber support chairs that we had left over and put them in this stadium. So this is almost like a training stadium that we're using for these division rivals games. Now, this manager just quit straight out. I don't know what he's doing, but, you know, we're in Division 4, and we haven't actually been playing the divisions. You know, we've only been playing in the main FUT Champions kind of competition, but the division rivals kind of competition this year is actually almost bigger than FUT Champs. So we decided, you know, I think Lego Padme kind of said, you know, we need to get this big team in and we're going to take division rivals to pieces. And you're kind of seeing that as we speak. Here is Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain driving into half space. He spots that half space, tries to get it across, and this is where the gegenpressing coming in. Robertson and Fred coming over. Now here is Fred. Gives it to my guy Alex Oxlade, looking to do the most. Here is Chamberlain. Looks to drag him out, and now Trent Alexander-Arnold coming on that inside space, occupying that space as we get a really good chance here. Robertson down this left-hand side. Robertson, what can he do? He can't get it out, and Fabinho gets it in the back of the net. And the Lego Padme FC fans really are loving life right now, man. And, you know, I really think that because we've been going to the theatres a lot recently and stuff like that, I think it's just really helped with the whole kind of community of the Lego Padme FC fans. You know, been watching some really great theatre productions and kind of opera at the Coruscant Theatre. And, you know, I made sure to kind of have a good induction with his team as much as I kind of wasn't low-key happy with what was happening in terms of, you know, the board of directors bringing in this new team and getting rid of my team that I was working with, Thomas Tuchel and all that. But, you know, I made sure to induct this team and take him to Dex's Diner. and getting the ham and cheese toasties on day one. And I really think that really helped with their performance, you know, getting a bit of green tea as well. But some of the squad, I don't know, they weren't really liking the green tea for some reason. There's Mo Salah trying to go through off a bar. Second ball, full to Mane, and they come through, you know, the Gegan pressing. And I think a lot of these teams in division rivals are actually really kind of struggling to deal with that Gegan press. And Jurgen Klopp was really happy, and you could see he was very animated. He was very animated in the stands. Well, I say in the stands, in the dugout. You know, loving life. He really was cruising on by. As another dub comes on through in division rivals, man. We're kind of cruising up div rivals. I think this is in division 4 though. So, you know, we gotta try and progress on. And I'll tell you what, I'm looking at a packet of fruit pastels right now. That's actually looking nice, man. Like, what is your favourite flavour of fruit pastels? I mean, I don't even know. Like, the strawberry flavour's looking nice. I heard Mbirchy say the only one that he likes is the orange flavour. And I just think that's just a bit silly, that, because, you know, there's a lot more to it. I actually don't mind any flavour. I mean, in terms of the greens and stuff, I'm not really too sure about that, but, you know, I still wouldn't mind it. You know, if it's there, if it's going, then, you know, the boy's there, and the fruit pastels are on deck. So, Mane getting it across, my guy Firmino, man, and I have to say, we're still laughing. And yeah, I mean, the old Lumber support chairs not quite as good as kind of the new prototype Lumber supports that are in action of, you know, because we actually ripped these out of our old Lego Padme FC stadium and put these into this kind of new training facility. I mean, it's pretty state-of-the-art stuff still compared to what other stadiums have got. But the new prototype ones that we've got are our new Lego Padme FC stadium that, you know, Jubba funded and all the rest of it. They're next level. And, you know, the fans are still liking this, though, as Joe Gomez getting stuck in. Fabinho giving it to Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. And now we're cruising on by. Mo Salah taking on Robertson. They've got a clone Robertson. And I was kind of having a little look at Jubba there, just having a laugh. As Edison. What's the boy doing? What's the boy doing? He, like, dropped it out of his gloves, and then he just kind of gave it to the boys. And I don't know if there's kind of, you know, a bit of collusion going on. I think that's the word, actually. Colluding. Yeah, colluding. It's kind of like, you know, working with the enemy type thing on a secret plot to destroy the Jedi. And you know, I really think there was something going on with the boy Edison. And, you know, this new team, you just don't really know, because they've kind of arrived in a package deal with Jurgen Klopp, and you just don't really know what their intentions are. So I'm a little bit, you know, because I saw Jurgen Klopp and he was having a chuckle with the players, and he was like, we're taking Lego Padme FC down. And I heard him say it. I'm telling you, I heard him say it. And I was kind of just spying on by, like, and me and Shannon Briggs were starting to get a bit scared, man, because, you know, I've been having a chat. Shannon Briggs is kind of one of those lads that, because I'm not able to chat with Lego Padme a lot of the time at this club, he's kind of my go-to guy that I'm just kind of, like, you know, telling all the low-key details, and we're kind of, you know, we're really good friends, me and Shannon the Cannon now. And, you know, at the same time, it certainly helps that the guy can box. You know, the guy can certainly swing. You know, things get rough. If things get rough, the guy's there. And I'll tell you what, in this game, things are getting rough. The centre-backs, what are they doing, man? I don't know what they're doing. It's looking like self-destruction as it's through for Benzema. Van Dijk. Hey? He's like trying to come across the boy, and he, like, missed him. It was almost like there's a bit of gravitational pull going on, and he was kind of just dragged away from the boy. And it's 3-1 down. And this is in Division 4, and this is actually quite pathetic. Lego Padme and the board were kind of, like, you could tell they were not happy at all. And I walked up and I had a chat with Lego Padme and the board after, and they were kind of like, ooh, I don't know about that. And I was receiving messages on my phone at the same time. Little messages coming through from that manager saying, you know, you're just not about it, Jurgen Klopp. He ain't about it or nothing like that. And I was like, geez, like, even the other managers starting to taunt the boy, and that's not a good sign. As Roberto Firmino, they're looking to respond to. I think Jurgen Klopp really felt like, he had a chat with me after the game, and he said he really felt like he owed that to me, this fight here. And you could tell they're electric from the get-go. You know, 17 minutes in, and they're doing an absolute madness. So, you know, it'll be interesting to see how this kind of squad gets on, and looking towards FUT Champions. I don't know if they're going to be in there for FUT Champions. This is kind of a test coming up to this weekend. In terms of, you know, are they about it? Ultimately, are they good enough to represent Lego Padme? Are they good enough to wear the badge and wear the kit? Ultimately, so going into the next game, this guy, he almost looked like he was in league with Hansi Flick. And, you know, some people certainly are trying to spy on Hansi Flick with that 4-2-4-2 and trying to steal the strats. But straight away, I don't know, they couldn't really handle the presence of our team. You know, Mo Salah's just kind of got this kind of aura about the boy. And straight away, we're kind of catching him out cold as well. That's the thing, is we've got this kind of Gegan pressing, but we've also got a lot on the counter as Chamberlain finds that little gap. Mane making a clever little inside run, gives it to Fabinho, who's actually popping up and kind of getting the goals. Fabinho, you'd almost think he was the striker or something, because, you know, the false nine, Firmino, is kind of dropping into that midfield, and Fabinho is almost replacing the boy. Like, it's kind of cold. It is kind of cold. So, yeah, man, I was actually having a chat as well with the new player that just arrived the other day on a shuttle, a new lad who is going to be part of the coaching staff. His name is Joe O'Brien. And I fully believe in the boy. You know, this is a lad that has had a chat with Julian Brandt, he said. And, you know, Julian Brandt is a former legend at the club. He will never be forgotten. There is still a statue, don't forget, outside the Lego Padme FC stadium. And, oh my days, wait. I'm going to jiff. Wait, this is so loud in my ear right now. I needed to turn that down. That was getting a bit scary. Yeah, man. So Julian Brandt is an absolute legend, and he's been kind of sat in his room all cooped up, you know, playing or watching some Cartoon Network. I think he's been watching all sorts of stuff on Cartoon Network. And, you know, it's been keeping him fulfilled. It's been keeping him happy, I'm hearing. And, you know, he's always there. He sometimes turns up to training. He's always there if we need him, type thing. And I'm certainly thinking about bringing back the boy. But Mo Salah doing an absolute madness there to go 2-0 up in this game. And the Jurgen Klopp team really cruising on by. So, you know, I'd love to see Julian Brandt return. But like I say, Joe O'Brien, this new lad coming in with the coaching staff. And he was kind of in this little trio with me and Shannon the Cannon Briggs. And he was saying that there is a little bit of a plot to destroy the Jedi. I'm not sure about this Jurgen Klopp lad. Like, he's getting results here and there. It's almost like papering over the cracks, because it just seems like the boy wants to take us down. And, you know, he's brought on this Liverpool kit and all this. And it's like, he's almost trying to take over the club. He's almost trying to take down Lego Padme FC. And Joe O'Brien, as soon as he arrived, he was like, lad, what's going on here? Like, he kind of sensed it. You know, he kind of sensed it straight away. And I was surprised. You know, I was like, lad, is it that obvious type thing? Like, Joe O'Brien was like, yeah, man. Like, it's looking a bit suspicious. This young Klopp lad, I'm not sure about his intentions. And, you know, so maybe maybe there is a plot to destroy Lego Padme FC from within. And, yeah, I'm just not too sure, man. Like, he's trying to... You can see Jurgen Klopp is trying to become more and more powerful. As he was getting some of these results in, he was trying to get emergency powers. He was trying to become, like, the leader of the club, almost like a dictator type of thing. And that to me is just a bit scary, man. So, you know, I'm watching him with close eyes. Yeah, he's getting the good results, but me, Joe, and Shannon and Cannon are watching him. We're watching him, you know. We've got one eye always on the boys. So, you know, chaps and chapettes, another result comes in for the boy. The tactics working and all of that. Just watch out, man. Lego Padme FC is under threat. So, chaps and chapettes, I'll speak to you in the gym.
You look says. You look says. You look says. You look says. You look says.